Hi, everyone. Welcome to Builder's Mind podcast. In this episode, we're going to have Mimmi. She's the CEO and co founder of Ayra, an AI agent which automates all your marketing and communication tasks for you. It does the research, it does generate the content, and also it distributes, and then it gives you a nice dashboard of what's happening with your ACO, with your marketing, with your posts. So, we're also going to talk about Mimi's journey into startups, how she came up with the idea of Ayra, a live demo of Ayra to see how you can automate your marketing and communication tasks. And also, we're going to chat about the go to market playbook of Ayra and how she thinks you can sell to companies. And we're going to ask her some interesting questions about her startup journey, what she does on the weekends, and also some advices for the first time founders. So let's enjoy the episode. Hello, Mimmi. Welcome to Builder's Mind podcast.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for joining. Looking at your journey, it seems that you have quite an extensive knowledge and experience in communication part. So I would love to hear that what happened, that you decided to actually build a startup for this space. And what was that
Yeah.
exact moment?
Yeah, so the moment was about a year and a half ago. So I've been working with marketing and communications in an agency for the last 8 years. And I've been holding lectures in AI for the last 3 years and a lot of workshops. And about a year and a half ago, I started, see the increase in the quality of the content. So I've been working at the content agencies. The quality of the content has been a central part for so long, and it was a heavy discussion the last couple of years. But about a year and a half ago, I saw, the potential in the quality that we could match the human capabilities in production, definitely in text. We weren't really there in images, especially not when we're talking about automating image generation by AI. But then, about a year and a half ago, I saw the potential and I realized that exactly what we're doing on the agency side and also on the in-house marketing and communications team, I realized that we could do through a technology instead of through people. With that said, not that I mean that we should take away all the people from this, from this work, but we can definitely increase the efficiency so much. So that was like the starting point of the vision of Ayra. And that was about a year and a half ago. And it's about a year ago that I launched the company.
Yeah. Kind of like before recording, like you shared a bit of a story, kind of how did you start Ayra, with a technical co-founder. So if you can, walk us a bit kind of like towards that, what was your first steps for validating the idea? And I think that like you already knew the space, so like you kind of validated by your experience, but how did you, take the idea and then move forward and then start building and bringing the team together?
Yeah. Okay, so I started about a year and a half ago. I started building AI agents myself. So I don't have any kind of technical background, but I realized a lot of that knowledge was actually shared online. So I realized that I could get that knowledge from other sources, YouTube, X, different kind of social media platforms, communities. So I started just like digging deep into that, and I started building agents myself. And at that point, I did it for the agency that I worked on and their clients. And I realized, this is actually working out very well. And that's where I started like thinking, could this be a tool for marketing and communications team to work with? And then I started with like, the front end, how could I do this? So it was a like platform that users could log into and use on a daily basis. And it was a journey to do this without any kind of technical background, but it was lots of fun. I learned so much, like more than I probably done in the last couple of years. And I started, taking help of freelancers as soon as I got the first clients on. I definitely helped a lot of freelancers help me out to, keep building on the parts that I couldn't. And then I reached definitely a point about 8-9 months ago when I realized like I need that person as a partner. And I've been looking for that partner since the first idea. It's about a year and a half. But then, it takes time to find that partner. And I let that take time. I didn't want to rush into it because I had a vision and I knew over time I'm going to find that person. So I found Lars, my founder, that started joining me part-time in January and then before summer full-time. So it's been a journey and I'm so happy to have him on board because I'm happy not to have the technical pressure on me anymore. He's facing that on a daily basis. But definitely helped me, also to be a good co-founder and a good CEO of a technical company, to have the respect and also the understanding of what it takes to build products and the phases to actually have that quality that we need for for our clients. So Lars is saying that. I hope it's not just being kind. I hope he's saying it because it actually means something. But he says that that is helping out, that I've been trying to build this on my own. So I have a lot of respect for his work too.
That's super nice. Yeah, kind of having the right person next to you, building a company helps a lot, but also that's what makes the difference, Otherwise, it's hard to build a company alone because it's a like lonely journey itself. And if you're alone, it's more lonely. So, I mean, I would love to have, a short pitch of Ayra, what it is for the users and what it does exactly, like some value propositions as well.
Yeah. Okay, so what we do is pretty much we build brand trained AI agents that automate their marketing and communications. Most common is that we work from, starting phase in marketing communications to the end. That starts with like media marketing intelligence, researching, planning, and then the creativeness, coming up with creative ideas, and then the productions, producing text and images, soon coming videos too. That's not released yet. And then distribution, definitely like sending that material out to all the endpoints and then doing an analysis of it. So we're working full scope here. So we could be like a plug-in product that works for a whole marketing team, even if you're just like one person or if you're 50 people. So that's what we do. And the value that our clients get from it is, number one, when it comes to AI, time. We have about 95% of time savings in these taskable, marketing and communication tasks. But also quality. So this is a major part for us when it comes to content. Like it's actually quality improvement when you work with AI agents. And that have different kind of processes where you can like proofread stuff over and over again with like objective perspectives and also get more tailored content for target groups. But then also I would say the increase in production. So most or the average amount of content that our clients produce through the AI agents has an increase of about 400 to 500% when they've been in the platform for 3 months. It's a massive increasement. They get so much more content out there, both organically, but also paid material. So those are some of the, greatest advantages with working with AI agents.
Yeah, that's super nice. Actually, I feel that the marketing part is a bit clear, but then in terms of communication, so is it more like you guys work with the PR and then kind of like with media, or what communication part means here for the audience?
Yeah, so we tailor it depending on what client has, depending on their needs. So it can be, internal communications. We have some clients that always like record the big internal meetings. We package it into like an internal letter. We send it out for through their internal systems. But it can also be definitely more PR, like picking up different kind of perspectives, picking up like when you're mentioned in media, but also preparing press releases and having that push to different kind of target groups or endpoints. So we actually tailored quite a bit. So today, when I'm going to talk about it, it's going to be more of a set platform with set kind of things that agents will do. But in the real case, I would say as soon as we work with bigger departments, it's always a process for us to adjust and build custom-made processes and agents for them.
Perfect. Let's jump in the live demo and see what it is and how we can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so here we go. So at this demo, I'm gonna do a live demo as if you were a company or working for a company that's called a bike company. It's definitely not a real company; it's made up. But we learned this AI agent working in the background everything about bike company. So all the kind of target groups, what kind of reference material, their channel strategies, what kind of marketing communication strategies that you have, and also the context it's working in. So we built up those agents working behind this interface. And the first thing the AI agents typically do is it's kind of a like research intelligence. We call it media and market intelligence. And what it does is actually that it combines different kind of techniques that we already have out there. So for example, a lot of PR departments actually have different kind of tools that will notify the department as soon as you are mentioned in press or PR. So for bike company, let's say they have been mentioned in an article from bicycling.com, then in the live state, that news will pop up and they will get that article straight in here. So it combines that kind of mention. When you get mentioned in press or PR, you get that article straight away. You can also see where about you're referenced, and you can also go and visit the URL. So mentions is one part, and then the other part is actually what's up and coming and been like out there for the last couple of years, is how AI can scrape social media and find, trending topics to say what is trending within your industry and within your different kind of services or products that's out there right now. So we can also do that. So social media trending is a huge part for all companies that work more, B2C, more social media strategies and stuff like that. And then we have the third part that is news related to the company. So, regular kind of search queries, the search phrases. So we have the AI agent to pull in those search queries, those kind of search phrases, and get relevant news directly directed to the company. So bike safety tips is heavily discussed right now, or has been discussed the last couple of months. The user will, in the morning or whenever this news pops up, it will pop up straight here and they can see it straight away. And what we also built in is a feedback. Since, like working with AI agents, you definitely need that kind of feedback loop all the time. So you get them even more adjusted to your personal, liking or what you prefer. So you can give quick thumbs up, quick thumbs down, but you can also go give like additional feedback context for the agent. So what do you like about this news, or what do you not like about it? And it will learn. So it will actually adjust to each user of the platform. And if you find something interesting here and you want to provide that further to the AI agent and have the AI agent to suggest the content for you, you can also do that. So either it will act by itself or you have a human in the loop. So in this demo, I will have a human in the loop. And you can give it an instruction and actually generate content from this news. So take this news article and change perspective to our brand, for example. And I can start generating content on that, and it will soon pop up for us. But then also competitors, a big thing to keep track easily on competitors. So you can also give the AI agent, different kind of competitors or different kind of companies that you want to keep track of and say whatever they provide. So either on social media or on the website or stuff like that. And same here, I can, combine different kind of articles from different kind of companies and regenerate that into my own tone of voice, into my own kind of strategy. So I can also, either myself as human in the loop, pick different kind of channels that I want it to provide content for, or I can let the content or the agents decide that themselves.
And is it kind of like daily updates or every hour, kind of then like it's updated with the news, competitors, and so how often is
depends on, so some clients actually they prefer to have, news based on a weekly basis. But I would say definitely most clients have it on a live stream. So it updates actually quite a lot, not every minute, but every second minute to get that news straight away, straight into here. Yeah, so that's like the first part, like media market intelligence. I would say that you can definitely see how you interact with AI agents over time, even though it's fine-tuned when you start using it because it's already learned upon, the global knowledge base and everything we learned with AI agents. But over time, you also adjust it to your personal preferences. So that's like where we start. And I would say like, if you look at bigger marketing communications teams, this is like one part that definitely more like, planners, researchers, sometimes even like H&R, R&D, stuff like that wants access to. Whereas when we move further and we go into this like more creative ideas where we have the AI agents works more like, some kind of like, support which you can brainstorm with. So here's more of like a creative ideas partner which you can like generate a lot of content or a lot of creative ideas upon in a short time, and then you can have the AI agent produce that material as well. So let's, for example, say that I found a PDF about something that I think is very interesting, and I want to provide this PDF to the AI agents, and I want it to, from that PDF, create different kind of creative ideas. So I found a PDF about how we can scale the global cycling movement, and I'm going to provide that to the AI agents. I will upload it, and then I'm going to ask it to create different kind of ideas based upon this PDF. Depending on company, I would say a lot of people use PDFs, but also videos. Say, for example, you have a webinar on 30 minutes or a podcast like this, and you want to have like creative ideas on that. Just like attach that or a link, and it will dig into that context and then provide valuable ideas based upon it. So let's say we want to be a part of the movement towards a global cycling society. Base the ideas on the insights from the report such PDF. I start generating ideas, and it will, in a few minutes, come up with quite a bit of ideas. And here we have more, we always talk about not quantity, more quality, but here's more actually about quantity, like bring up a lot of ideas in a short amount of time, and then the user picks which they like and which they don't like. And I actually give feedback to the agents over time so they can also, increase the value and the quality in each of these creative ideas. And if we work with a client that already has, they have a lot of good content ideas that they've used from before, we will provide that to the AI agent, but when we implement it, so they actually also get that value from start. And once again, it's also about giving the thumbs up and thumbs down here and giving feedback to the agent to fine-tune it over time. And you should also say that we can work with different kind of categories here. So some clients have super strict, creative ideas within knowledge sharing or inspiration or conversion. But here you can decide that yourself, or you let the AI agent decide it yourself. So it popped up different kind of ideas. And it has 4 examples said a how-to or tutorial. So a step-by-step explainer, carousel, or video showing how cities like Glasgow, Santiago planned, funded, and built their cycling networks, include tips on setting design standards, etc. And here you also have a reference, a way of following references. So where did the AI agent actually come up with this idea from? That was this part of the report. And this part, like when we talk about a PDF with different kind of insights, that could be valuable, but definitely when you work with like more heavy kind of reports on like your yearly basis or economics and stuff like that, where the numbers are super important to know exactly where the agents provide them from. So the reference link is actually quite heavy usage in the platform. And then from here, some of these ideas the agents can provide and produce themselves, or you actually just take them on and go back to your marketing team and you start like building outside the agent platform. But say for here, we want to generate this content, it's going to start generating it in a second. So everything that we produce usually pops up here. So when we built the bike company, this fictional company, we're given some example of bikes that we have in our sort, all different kind of models, and it actually uses those bikes when it creates these images. So for example, you can also give it straight instructions here, and it doesn't have to be made from media marketing intelligence or creative ideas, or say, for example, that I have already learned AI agents that we have a new model that we're releasing. I can just give a simple prompt, launching our new model. I can generate content for that. Since it already has that kind of knowledge about the new model, we don't have to provide it. If we hadn't provided it to the AI agents, I would just add it as an attachment in the context field. Or I can give a simple instruction like 3 advices when choosing an electric bike. Generate content upon that, and the same thing will happen. So if we have a channel strategy that says that we talk about these kind of questions in social media, on our website, in newsletters, it will provide all those kind of content pieces. But it could also be that we give it a straight context, like here I want to do that on Instagram and Facebook, and that's it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're missing Reddit, which is one of my favorite ones.
That's true. We actually do have it from some clients, and I don't think X is on here. Oh, X was on here.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry. But definitely the important channel, I agree. So a simple prompt, 3 advices when choosing an electric bike. It will pop up straight here. And what kind of like content will be provided? That's also one common question. Like, will it be super AI, or what kind of quality will it be in the content? And that's where the reference material comes in. So when we set up AI agents for our clients, we also use like reference materials. So for this example, when it's just a made up company, it's going to be quite, simple kind of tone of voice and what kind of language we use, but it can be super differentiated. So we work with, B2B companies, super big in the recycling industry, but we also work with like Sweden's biggest horse race tracking company, B2C. It's all about horse racing. So it's very individual. And that's like a part of Ayra, that we actually work with brand trained AI agents. So it's not within one industry. We work with like all different kind of sectors and industries. And from here, also like a part that all our users use is the publish, like the distribution part. So from here, we can also publish all our channels. So we integrate through, either APIs or just partnership through Meta or LinkedIn and such, and we can actually publish to all channels. It, when I created Ayra, I didn't think it would affect that much. Like I thought that the distribution wouldn't be like one of the actually most valuable point for the users, but it definitely is. It's a part where people say, they work with Ayra and they would never go back because they don't want to publish the normal way. Like it takes so much time to just log into each platform, second authority methods, having, WhatsApp messages or phone messages with different kind of 6-digit codes and stuff like that. It just makes it so easy to publish with one press, and it publishes to all platforms. And also to be able to schedule that publishing through the platform. So you can just plan your content for the whole week, and then it will work itself. Also, one part that we usually show in our demo is how you can work with the images. So except for that the AI agents are trained upon like your brand guidelines and your images, we always train it with like reference images. We can also generate content straight in here. So for example, I can write a simple prompt, generate a photo of our bike in a Scandinavian setting. I attach one of our bikes, and I will get generated images straight away in the platform. And I can also edit these. So say, for example, that I like them, but there's something that I want to change. So it's getting colder in Sweden. Soon it's going to be snow on our streets. So update the weather to winter landscape. I can edit it straight away in here. For example, like brokers working with objects that they actually take photos on like once a year or once a time, and then they haven't sold that the apartment or the house, and then they're trying to sell it 6 months later, and it's a different kind of season. This is a big thing for them to be able in like 1 second to change, the weather or location or the e-styling of a apartment or anything like that. And from here, you can also save it straight into the platform, so you can use it when you publish. And we haven't launched it yet, but it's going to be launched very soon. You will actually be able to also use the retouch. So we can, for example, just like mark the flowers and take them away. You can crop, and you will also be able to provide video very soon. It's actually in beta, so we have some users using it right now. But we can also, just drag and drop one kind of image, or not an image at all, and just like generate a photo of one of our bikes in a South European setting. It should be one person riding the bike. And that will also be generated. So we work with, different kind of reference images. It's also super good when it comes to facial recognition. So, put in a person here, and that kind of person will definitely appear in the photos, and you won't be able to say that it's not me. Like I have seen, like we use it all the time. Like you can't tell that it's not me. So it's definitely also a feature that a lot of people work with a lot.
Looks cool.
Yeah, so image generation is massively used, and it creates a lot of value for our clients. So back to the production and distribution. As I said, you can distribute everything straight away from here. You can have everything that is published straight shown in the platform. You can see the links straight away, so you will have that in a straight up setting with your image and your text. You could also edit, of course, the text in here straight away if there's anything you want to change. For example, you want to add an emoji or whatever. And then we have the big part, depending on who you are and what you're interested in. But, ranking in the LLMs and also SEO, it's been such a huge topic upon everyone's mind the last couple of 12 months, maybe. So we train our AI agents both with, best practice when it comes to SEO. If you have kind of like an SEO strategy, you have keywords that you rank upon, etc. We provide that to the AI agents, but we also optimize them to write good content to rank in the LLMs. The production time for the articles is about 1 to 10 minutes. I would usually say 8 minutes because it goes through so many steps of actually optimizing the text. So I provided some examples in beforehand, so you could see. So for example, write a complete guide to adventure by bike. You get that article straight away. You can get all the SEO data in there. You can get the alt text for the images, the meta description, etc. And if we have that connection to your website, all the data will go straight into the website, and you will have optimized article in, we're talking about minutes here. So it's definitely one of those things that also we have that 95, I'd say 98% time savings on, and a lot of increase in the amount of generated content on articles or in websites than what people have been working in before. It's definitely one of those, one of those parts of the service that people use the most. And then we have, I would say, my favorite part. So as I said before, like now I'm a human in the loop, I'm showing off all the steps. You can actually decide if you want the AI agents to do more of these steps in one hand, automated by itself. So for example, for some clients, the AI agent will pick up media market intelligence and news, and it will provide you suggested content straight away. So you don't have to have a person in the loop at that point. You always have to have a person before distributing the content. That's the only rule we have from Ayra, because a lot of our branding is in our clients' content. So it's important to have a person, reviewing the content, making sure the text is okay and the images are okay before publishing it. Except for that, the AI agent can work nonstop from start to finish. So all our AI agents actually can provide suggested content. So based upon the knowledge base and what kind of goals you have, target goals, it can actually provide what kind of content you should provide in your digital channels for this week. Today, it's a lot of social media, it's a lot of articles, and not that much like communications and press releases and those kind of things, but it's definitely out there live for our clients today. So an example could be through the planning, it knows that we have a new model, it's a new product that should go out there. The agent has created a Instagram caption, it has created Instagram images. These images, as you can see, super simple, but it can be straight tailored to your graphic design exactly the way that you want to have it. Or if you have like InDesign files, like we will provide that and the images will be created through that. And it also suggests the publish date. So from here, you can just like give a thumbs up and give okay, and it will provide and publish that content straight away. And these kind of like topics are based upon the client. So for bike company, let's say that they they want to both like launch a product, they want to be like, share a lot of knowledge and inspiration. So for here, it's a potential Instagram post about bike packing in freedom and in emotion. And you have that kind of content straight away. It suggests for you, you can either adjust or you just like publish straight away from here. And it can be all different kind of content. So you can also, provide reels or stories or whatever format you want that the platform enables. But it can also be, for this example, it's better to just have an Instagram post along with an article. Then the AI agents will suggest that for you. I would say the suggested content part is used on the clients that has it, like 80% of the content that the AI agents provide here, people use. And then 20% they might like say that we don't use it this week. And then those 20% instead, they provide like instructions or go through media marketing intelligence or creative ideas themselves. But it's definitely heavily used. And I love it. I use it a lot for myself. And then the last part also, I would say one of my favorite parts, but it's like I'm repeating myself. I love all the parts about Ayra and what the AI agents can do, but the data and analysis. So through all these connections that we have, through the APIs or through, the partnership in the social media platforms, we can also take in the data. So I'm talking both paid and organic here. So you can actually have a dashboard that's made up through whatever kind of targets or KPI that you have in your team or individually, and you can keep those on track. So you can actually, pull through that data either on channel level or on the integrated level with all different channels. And you can have that delivered straight away with like live data to see how you're acting and how you are acting against like your KPIs. And you can also have the AI agents to provide suggestions based on the KPIs. So say, for example, I think some of this might be in Swedish. I'm sorry about it. We'll see. I'll translate for you. So for example, leads generated is below the goal for this year. And the agent will then give this action as an insight so you can do action on it. And it can also give insights upon on what you should do to provide a closer, provide closer like value to your strategies. So say, for example, that you put in a clear goal or topic that you should increase the social media followers, and you can see that the increase in those social media followers are too low. It will give you an action upon that. So how you can increase that kind of leverage. So this is built like this is one of like the traditional dashboards, but I would definitely say that the data analysis is quite user adapted also, because every marketing team, they keep track on different kind of things, they have different kind of KPIs, and it's also based a lot of also the owners, so who's the owner of this kind of KPI. So that's like the full platform, or it's definitely not the full platform because the AI agents are doing a lot of different kind of things, other kind of things as well. But I would say this is like, you give it quite a good example of how you can use AI agents when it comes to a media marketing team, either if it's like a small team or if it's a larger team. You can definitely like adjust how much is working and how much you're doing yourself and how much the AI agents are doing.
Wow, this is such a good demo. Mimmi, thanks for doing it. Okay, so my question is that we actually I see that like you cover all the aspects of marketing and communication, and I see that your 8 years of experience in this space has given you that like you start from the research, then you kind of go with the generation of content and then distribution and then analysis. So you kind of take the whole spectrum of this content and communication part. So my question is that how did you manage to build such a platform in 8, 9 months or less than that?
Yeah. How did we? So we started off not with all these parts. So the main part from start was definitely the production, like producing content. And then based like 8, 9 months ago, it was mainly text. Like we didn't even have images from start. And then we just like building upon that. So a big applause for my partner Lars. That's providing a lot of speed in this, improvement. But I would say like two parts. So one part is my personal experience and what I've seen that a lot of clients have put a lot of value in the last 8 years. But the second part is definitely the users. So I have really close contact still with a lot of users, not on daily basis, but maybe like weekly and monthly. And it's definitely a lot of their insights and a lot of their opinions that shape what we develop. So for example, this part where you can generate images outside the provided the suggested content, that's been one of like the suggestions from our users that they have asked for. So the last kind of like 4 weeks, and we developed that quite quickly, have that out in a beta state to see, the user action and how they interact with it. Then we can see like, oh, it's a heavy usage here, and then we need to put more time into making it better. So yeah, my own experience, but also definitely the users.
Also, like I see that at least the ACO part is a bit crowded, and with the now with like ChatGPT and other things like kind of like we should be showing there. And I see that there are lots of startups coming out. So my question is that you kind of focus in all the like again the full cycle research, distribution, analysis. So do you think that is it this type of platforms that they do all the kind of offerings together wins, or is it more that companies are looking for specific solutions for different providers like ACOU, but then like production kind of content generation from someone else? So how do you see the difference?
Yeah. I think it's an interesting question, and I guess I don't have the answer because who has in these times when everything's like changing so quickly. But the way I say, like, it's more based on like how users are asking for usage of the platform. Like, I think I personally had more of that part. Like, you have to have like, I need to find our vertical. Where will we be? Like, there's so many, as you say, just in the SEO and AIO parts. But then, like, when I speak to the customers, they ask for a platform that is full service. Like, they want to have everything set up in the same platform. I just had a client the other day saying like, oh, now I don't have to use Photoshop anymore because I use all my podcasts front pages in the generated images area. And they still use, of course, Photoshop for other kind of use cases. But that was like me, like, oh, you actually find a value here. We can do the full service in one platform and have to change in between all these different kind of platforms. So I guess that's one part of it. But then I would say like us as a company definitely don't like we definitely see this kind of change, and we're definitely open, with like partnerships or like finding partnerships with other companies that are accelerating their improvement and their service within different fields that we might be able to provide for our clients within the platform. So we're still aiming for having the whole platform, and we might be able to pull in different kind of tools or services that are better than us. Because if we can find anyone that's better than us in any spectrum, like I would love to work with them. Like
Right.
the main goal for me is to have the best provided content for our customers, whatever way we provide that for them.
That's perfect. Just like moving on to go to market, is that how do you sell Ayra to companies, or like what's your go to market playbook if you can uncover a bit of
Yeah, it's I'm not sure how much I can cover, but to be honest, without saying too much about what's happening in front, more like reflecting backwards, I should say that we've been actually having quite a slow sales process. We've taken on new kind of clients when we see that we have the capability to do it, and actually to have that kind of personal dialogue with them. And we actually haven't reached until a phase where we are now, where we know that the value that provides through the platform is big enough to be able to scale very quickly. So the past 12 months or 9 months has been a lot about face-to-face contact, having close relations with our clients to be able to see the usage, to see the value that we provide, and the data on how much and how often they provide it. And it's not until now we can actually take that next step and scale. And in what way it's going to happen, I just I will have to say let's see. You'll see in a short time.
But I mean, now, with AI, I see that everyone is very aggressive on marketing part. Of course, keeping the secrets for themselves, but actually, they're trying to catch up the numbers very fast, with 10 million, 100 million ARR. So, I mean, as a founder who kind of slowed down the process because of for a specific reason, weren't you kind of a bit feeling tempted that you might actually go faster because everyone else is faster than you, and then they brag about it and you're not that fast? So how do you just communicate that with yourself and your co-founder?
Yeah. Well, I would say one part is it's exactly what you can read on my page.
Yeah.
Digital work is human results. So for us, it's always about debating and feeling that you cannot provide a service for people that don't stand for this. As soon as the content doesn't match out with our vision, that it should be a human result, a human quality. As soon as you're out of that, I don't think it doesn't matter how fast you scale if you don't have a product that matches what we say that we will match. So that's been a major part for us to build upon a level where we know that we can stand for whatever we provide into the agents will be good when it comes out. So that's definitely has holding us back, but it's also being should we be just in stealth mode and not showing our brand at all, or should we start being out there a little bit? And we haven't really been ready to take this next step. But based upon that, I should also say that we have a very aggressive scalability plan for the next year and next 2 years. And I definitely think that this kind of platform that we're building with these AI agents, it's going to be so much competition out there. So I think it's going to be the next kind of months upon up to 12 months. That's going to depend on where we are. So that pace is definitely feeling it every single second of my waking time, and also sleeping times. When you wake up and you're so much is happening. So I'm not scared of it because I know it's going to happen for everyone, and I'm in the exact same position. But I'm very open arms. I'm welcoming it, and we have a super good go-to-market plan, which we will address from 1st of January, where we launch this in a different kind of way. We can also implement a lot of clients a lot faster.
Yeah, kind of for me, recently, I started dreaming a lot about go-to-market strategies, my kind of the solution, what we are building, and different ideas. And then when I wake up in the morning, I just take my notes, write something that I should not forget. But I was also asking the founders on X, if they're also dreaming about their product almost every night, about different things, maybe nightmares or dreams. But the kind of this obsession with the product and building is putting the pressure even in sleep. It comes to your mind, and then you're working 24/7 actually, even if you're sleeping.
It's such a journey. I wouldn't do anything else if I had the possibility. I love what I'm doing right now, but it's exactly what you say, dreams and then it's nightmares. It's both parts. It's 24/7. I have a notebook next to my book because I wake up quite often during nights, and I can't remember them in the morning. So I just I wake up and I just type them down and then I go back to sleep. But it's both parts, both nightmares and dreams.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, kind of, so I deal a lot with the founders or, kind of founding members who are doing the marketing, communication. What I see is that the perception is here that everyone wants to keep the secret of that they use. So, okay, everyone use AI, and, almost all the content is AI generated, 99%. And then for me, that, but somehow everyone is, keeping the impression that no, it's not AI, it's actually themselves, kind of like writing. And so my question is that how do you deal, with this customer segment that they're saying that no, we don't, like, no, it's me writing, so it's like AI not. So how do you actually sell this, Ayra agent and then convince them that, hey guys, I know that you're using ChatGPT, Ayra is much better, so please stop, fooling yourself. So kind of how do you deal with this mindset or with the sales challenge that you might have? Or maybe it's not true, or I'm just like my insight.
Yeah, but I can definitely see that as an obstacle in our sales. So it's quite common, especially I would say, especially like with people not mainly working with the content, because the people working with the content, if we're sitting with content creators or writers or whatever, they can see the adjustment and they understand that there's a difference between like ChatGPT, Midjourney, DALL-E, Nana Banana, whatever kind of tool that is out there, and they can see the improvement which you get in the platform, but not only in the platform, also through like references through the other clients. So I would say mainly it's like on a step above them that people then work with AI generation in content creation. And I would say like two parts. So one part is about talking about the result of it. So we've been tracking then content that has been produced through AI for 12 months now. And we can see, and this is very interesting because there's a lot of different kind of, research out there. We cannot see a drop in the results of the creation of content that we produce. And why is that then? Because there's a lot of research saying the opposite. Uh, I definitely don't have the answer, but one of our guesses, and when we've been doing tests, is definitely how the content is created. So it's so easy today to see when a text is created through ChatGPT, for example, because it's just it pulls through all that kind of patterns. But if you have it provided through an AI agent, you can't catch those kind of patterns. So I think that's a main part why we don't see that drop, why we still see an increase in the results that's created. And then I would say the other part, it's more about, changing perspective. So I can see what you're saying there. Okay, it's scary that we have AI agent producing AI generated content. But if we turn around and we say, what do the users in the platforms care about? Like, do they care about it? We can still say that the interactions in a lot of posts out there have like increased so much. So yeah, it's a lot of I was going to say a bad word, a really scrappy content out there. I agree. I don't love it. But we can also see a lot of like high quality content that's produced through AI. So I'm always trying to have them change that perspective and see it the other way around.
Yeah, but also I feel that it's more about quality and also quantity, like in the content, like production. So you really kind of need to push a lot because you don't know which content would go viral. So you just have to try out everything. And then as a human, it's impossible to think of, novel ideas every day. So it's better to optimize AI and kind of like get a nice overview of the research and everything else, and then put something more novel, because as a human, how much can you consume information, So it's impossible.
I agree with you so much there. Like quantity is a part of this, and it's a lot of people that don't agree with us, but I think that's a major part of it. Like you need to have that quantity out there as well, because that's the landscape today. Like you have an increase in how much content is produced out there, and you need to keep track on that. Like you can't stay with like, oh, we have one social media post a week, or we have one article a month. Like that does not work these days.
Yeah. One question about the ACO part in AI. Is ACO different than artificial intelligence? Like you call it,
Optimization.
yeah, optimization, AI, or what you call it?
Yeah. Okay, so I should have Lars here because he's our SEO guy. He's both working with front end and back end when it comes to SEO, and he's the guy when it comes to AIO as well. So I'm always just trying to use his words when I explain this part. But I would say yeah, you can see difference. Like there is differences in how we optimize content through for Google or Bing or LLMs. Exactly how those are done, that's also always one of those questions. So then how should we do it? And that's a part of the journey to adjust and test and also have good traction in how you calculate and how you follow how you are mentioned in the LLMs and how you rank. And that's like one of the part where we have partnered and we partnered up with another company to, keep track on how our clients are doing in this kind of ranking. So it's also, for us, it's also a lot of like keeping track of what actually is happening out there and what is working.
Perfect. Great. So reaching out to our last part, I'm going to ask random questions and I would love to have your answer on that. You have been building agents, like with AI. So now what agent or what AI has taught you about humans?
What has AI or agents taught me about humans? Such a good question. Like one, I don't know if this exactly answer on your question, but I would say like one part is definitely like the human behavior. So working with AI and AI agents, I couldn't understand how quickly, I would say it in two perspectives, how quickly people adjust and then get used to using AI agents. Like I wrote a LinkedIn post about it yesterday. I had a client that actually she gets 5 generated AI photos for each post, and she asked me to decrease that. And I was like, "Why do you want me to decrease it?" And she was like, "Because I have to delete 3 of them." And she was like, "That takes a few seconds." And I was like, "You care about seconds? Like I love that, but that's definitely a like change in the human behavioral." So I would say that's one part. And the other part that AI and AI agents have taught me is, no, it's the easiest way to change behavior and like to get people to get that usage up in a high levels quickly is to have them use it themselves. Like you can talk and you can talk and you can show presentations or do demos, but it's like they need to be in there. And they need, a lot of them need to have that still safety, like the human safety, to feel that they have someone next to them because it's still scary. Like, can I do anything wrong? And even if I'm saying like you can't publish anything through your channels because we don't have any kind of connections, etc., it's like you can't do anything wrong. People are still like insecure, which I think is also part of the human behavior. And I guess I was the same a few years ago when I weren't used to this technology. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, of course it does. And like, I mean, reflecting on that, yeah, kind of also for me, humans, surprise me a lot is that, they are shocked. Oh, wow, kind of, AI came and now everything is new. Kind of like humans are not, I mean, like they're like useless, but after a while you see that, okay, they're actually, expecting more from AI. And then like they find, use cases where AI cannot do it. So I think that humans always, kind of expect more. And so like you can like never say that actually yeah, like this is gonna be it, like with AI. So like humans evolve faster. And no, that's kind of, yeah, like I ask a lot of like founders who are building AI agents, because I think that building an AI agent or a tool, it's kind of taught you a lot about how humans think and how humans behave. And it shows you like so much more, because you kind of want to build the digital version of the human with that agent. And you kind of like train that and then see it. So my next question is that, building a startup brings you nightmares, nice dreams, lots of working hours, execution, stress. So how do you normalize your life as a founder? Kind of how do you keep your social life there, the families, health, good sleep, everything combined
Do
together?
you? That's my question back to you.
Yeah,
Like, do
do you,
you normalize it?
do you normalize it at all?
Uh, yeah, I guess I can. Two parts, I would say. Like one part of it is actually having your social life and your surrounding to be aware of your journey. Like, so I have my husband and my 2.5-year-old daughter at home. Like we definitely had like a lot of a discussion on me going into this, because I was like, well, this is going to change a lot for you. Like it's going to be you that picks her up, drops her off, put her to bed. And I still spend time with her, of course, but it's like it definitely affects a lot of your personal life. And if you have your surrounding on board on that, it's going to help you so much. It's going to give you much less stress. And so I would say that's one like big part. And then I would say the other part, like, so all around me, I've always had entrepreneurs. So my brother has his own company. My parents had their own company. For me, it's like, it doesn't have to be wrong to, live 24/7 with the company. Like I'm happy doing it. Like I love my job and I love my life. So, why should I change it? And then of course, like care about your hours of sleep and care about getting training in there and make sure that you fuel your body with like good food and nutrition and stuff like that. Like I care about those things a lot. And I prioritize them in my daily basis very much. Like ask anyone in our team and they would agree. But then like also just accept that it's a journey that you're on, and like if you love it, then like accept that it's that way.
Yeah, like you accept all the bad and the good ones of it, and like it has both of them, and it just like takes more time to like reach to the good ones at some point. But so my next question is that what do you do on the weekends?
What do I do on the weekends? I
Or
spend a
do
lot
you
of time outside.
do you do the
Not
weekends?
working. It's definitely work during the weekends, but not all hours. So I would say not sleeping. I don't sleep in. Like I love going up at 5 and then I have my hours of work before my family wake up. It's the perfect morning for me. But then usually, I spend a lot of time outside. That's recovery for me, like being out in the forest, having lunch in the Swedish settings, beautiful nature here. It's a lot of that. And then, training is also an essential part of me. I do CrossFit, so definitely have 1 to 2 CrossFit classes each weekend and spend time, with friends and family. So trying to put that into and then having those hours in there, which don't, doesn't affect too much of the family life.
Yeah, that's one. This is gonna be my last question because I just like remembered it. Is that as you're a first-time founder, what are some of 1 or 2 advices, for first-time founders who are just starting now to be mindful of?
Yeah. First part would be just an advice I got from Tobias Bengtsson at Antler. So he very quickly gave me the advice like, don't rush on that partner. Yeah, like you need him because your whole company is built upon a technical perspective and knowledge, but like don't rush on finding that person because if you find the wrong person, that's going to give you so much headache. And I'm very happy that I gave that time, and I was okay with that. So I would definitely send that further away, like or to the next person. Like, don't stress. Like, you need to find the right person, and you can't do the journey yourself. But it's better to have the right match than just picking someone in a fast pace. I would say that it's my first advice, and definitely the second one is be prepared. Like prepared in the sense that you work with this day and night. Like you have nightmares and you have dreams, and it's a lovely journey. And if you're thinking of doing it, like do it. Like it's amazing, but just be prepared and give the surrounding and your family or friends like a heads up. Like the next couple of years is gonna be different if you haven't done it before, of course.
Yeah, it's so nice word to end this episode. Just be prepared and like kind of like be ready.
So easy.
Yeah, it was super fun having you like Mimmi over, and thanks a lot for the chat, and I hope to see you in person as well. So
Yeah, same. Thank you so much for having me. I really like this hour with you.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.